Welcome back to another edition of the NOLS Cooking Show. Today we're going to be talking about car camping. A little different than normal, but we're going to show you some of those systems.
It's the easiest way to camp because it's the closest to being at home. We're going to talk about the different tools that you can bring when you're car camping as opposed to a backcountry expedition. And then we're going to talk about just keeping your camp kitchen clean and organized so you can spend more time playing and less time digging around in your car for that thing that you forgot where it is.
It's a great opportunity to make some recipes that you wouldn't be able to do in the backcountry. We're going to be making some steak burritos today, a nice blueberry coffee cake, squeezing our own orange juice, brewing up some coffee with our Bialetti here. So really having a nice fancy meal. We have got a little marinade. This steak has been sitting in overnight.
We also did a bunch of chopping and some sauteing and grating last night. So we grated the cheese for our breakfast burritos. We caramelized some onions and
sauteed some green peppers and red peppers.
This is gonna be that extra freshness that takes our breakfast burritos to the next level. We also took the time to chop up some tomatoes. We chopped up some chives as a garnish for our burritos. And finally, we brought along some fresh cilantro. A lot of this you can chop at the campsite, but we just thought easier to chop it ahead of time and be able to spend time with our family and friends when we're camping than worry about it at the campsite.
We are also going to be making a blueberry coffee cake. So ahead of time, we've mixed up our dry ingredients and we've also mixed our wet ingredients. We're going to combine them at our campsite, add the blueberries, put a streusel topping on it, and cook it in a Dutch oven.
The other luxuries of car camping are that you can actually bring a grinder, which maybe you would bring in the backcountry, but personally I like to keep my packing more compact when I go backpacking. But bringing a coffee grinder, bring your whole beans, grind them the day of. We'll use a Bialetti to brew up our coffee. We also have a tea kettle. Our other beverage on the menu this morning is going to be fresh squeezed orange juice. We have recruited our friend Brent, who's also the NOLS marketing and PR intern, for a little task that we're excited about. It's going to involve a lot of oranges here, and in order to lure him into this task of making fresh orange juice for all of us, we've brewed up a fresh Bialetti. So I'm just going to pour this for him. We've got our sugar and how do you take your coffee there, Brent?
Oh, nice and sweet, please.
Okay, just like you.
That's right, thank you so much.
We'll let Brent get to work and we'll get to work on the rest of the meal.
So we are going to be baking using a Dutch oven. To do that, we're going to use charcoal briquettes. You can light these, lay them underneath and on top of the Dutch oven to bake. Chimney lighters are great. There's paper that goes underneath that you light. So it's good to have an oven mitt. In this case, I have a little Kevlar glove. Protect your hand from the heat. Get a nice ring of coals on the bottom, or briquettes, whatever you're using.
So we've mixed our batter for our cake and we've got it all in there with the streusel topping on it. And now we're gonna just set it in for how long, Casey? About an hour?
Yeah, it's gonna be about an hour. And this is something that you're probably gonna need to check on from time to time. You might even need to light up another round of coals if these start going out. So once you put your cake on here, you are gonna wanna keep an eye on it, but it will probably take about an hour or so.
We'll leave that to bake on its own while we get started on the burritos. Because we'll set the table here in a second.
How do you do that?
Even the most humble state park campsite can be classed up by a little tablecloth.
Gonna make people jealous.
Okay, trying out the cake. That's delicious. It tastes like it came from a real oven. Oh man, that cake is really good. So fresh.